Hi everyone, it's Raquel Bowman here, and today I'm sharing a Christmas layout for Cocoa Vanilla Studio using the 'Tis the Season collection. And what I decided to do was, the photo I'm scrapbooking is a photo of my kids decorating our Christmas tree this year. So I decided to have a play with my silhouette cut files, and I found a bauble and I enlarged it so that it would fit pretty much from the top to the bottom of a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. So what I did was I enlarged it, I cut it out. It did have a bow on the top, and you'll see soon how I adapted that. But what I've done is just backed it, and I struggled with this, and I really don't know why, just sticking this pattern paper on. So what I did was I used the inside of, or the negative piece of the bauble, to trace that onto the pattern paper that I wanted to have backing that cut file. And now I'm just adhering my photo and a doily just to soften it up a bit, and I love adding doilies. I'm adding, because the bauble didn't fill the entire 12 by 12 space, I'm just adding some vertical strips of paper. So the flower paper is the reverse side of that diagonal coral stripe, and then the other piece is this gorgeous pale blue and white star, and I just loved it. Now here's the bow. Now the bow was originally white and attached to the bauble, but what I wanted to do was changed that so that it stood out a little bit more and to make it a bit of a feature. So I traced the bow. I could have done it on my silhouette, but I'd already packed all of that all away. So I just hand traced the bow onto the pattern paper with the blue stars and just hand cut it out. And then what I've done is fussy cut a couple of those flowers to pop on top of that, and you'll see me doing it shortly. I've applied some foam to the back of the bauble because I wanted that to pop out a little bit, and I've also stitched down that vertical edge of the pattern paper just for a bit of texture, and so that I can peel those edges up and just add that little bit of dimension there. So I'm up to adhering, and this layout was quite a quick process really. I'd planned out or had an idea of what I wanted to do in my head. It was a couple of days of creation, this layout actually, but the filming I did all in one sitting. But I'd sort of pre-cut the night before the bauble and done some the tracing of the bow and that sort of thing. So I've sort of had planned it but not popped it all together. And sometimes that's the way that I scrapbook, if I just try and find the time and when I have the energy to at night to be creating, and I'm filming during the day obviously. So what I'm doing is I've adhered the bow and the flowers at the top, and I've adhered my photo on foam as well. So I just love adding lots of layers of dimension, and that foam, as I've mentioned before in videos, gives me the chance to do that. I hand cut out that tree from one of the 3x4 cards on one of the cut apart sheets in the collection, and now I'm just placing, there was a Christmas tree flare, so I'm pretty much I'd gone through bits and pieces in with the ephemera and the veneer and found bits that I thought would suit this layout. So in the veneer I grabbed a Christmas tree and a little heart, which you see in the top of the layout there. I grabbed out the Christmas tree flare, and then that little tag says celebrate, and I just wanted to sort of pop that it's sort of tucked under the photo but then adhered over the top of the veneer. Now I'm just adding a couple of foam dots to the sides of the embellishments, just where they need a bit of extra reinforcement as they're sticking down. I'm adding the flare, and I've had taken the foam adhesive out of that, so I'm just popping another one back in. That cute love veneer. And now I'm going to work on a scattering of embellishments. I'm just popping in first this sort of like a tree border sticker, this little happy text word as well. This star, which just has 12 to stand for December. And then I think I also pop on one of the little keys, the magic little keys from the collection. Then I'm working on smaller embellishments, so sequins and enamel dots, and I'll put those from that bottom right corner to the top left of that bauble. So I'm sort of going in a diagonal along that main sort of the main focus of the page, which is the bauble and obviously the photo as well. What I did try and do there was cut in half my enamel dot. It didn't work, so I won't be doing that again, and I just put a whole one down. But I felt like I wanted it to go off the page, but oh well. I'm adding these super cute little sequin stars, and they were the sequins in the Cocoa Vanilla Studio packs. I'm majorly tongue-tied tonight and probably overtired, so I do apologise. Those sequins, anyway, are super cute. They're stars and they're a variety of sizes, which I didn't realise until I started playing with them and sticking them on the page. And I just sort of love being able to make them look random, but they're not. So they're a calculated randomness to embellish on the page, and they just add a nice little something, I think. I can't remember what I do now. I think I'm close to being finished. Oh, title, yeah. So I'd already done a Trim the Tree page where I sort of I scrapbooked a sequence of 3 photos. So I just decided to call this Decorate, nice and simple. It was more for me about having this photo sort of scrapbooked rather than to tell a particular story. I wasn't going to add any extra journaling on this page. I tried to pop it up the top and it didn't look quite right, so I've popped it down the bottom of the photo there, just showing you some dimension that was achieved on the page, and that's pretty much it. I hope you've liked this page. I'll be back soon with some more layout shares. Thanks for watching, and yeah, stay tuned to my channel. Bye.